I'm Soldier Amir, and I want to touch on the cross again. Let me get Deuteronomy 7:25, because our people, we out here showing our people love, right? So by us showing love, that means we telling our people to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the way we gotta live. It's a heritage. This ain't religion. This a heritage. So by us telling you laws, that means you have to come back to your heritage. Because our people call themselves African American. They call themselves Cuban. They call themselves Puerto Rican. But we not none of those things. We are God's chosen people. We the Israelites according to this Bible. That's who we are. Go to you there? 7:25. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 25. The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
So the graven images of their gods, the people who serve them, that's their gods. We gotta burn that with fire. We gotta burn that with fire. It's the reason why their gods gave us that image. Hold that, get Baruch 4:6. So, as the soldier was bringing out, he said that we went into slavery, right? Because we broke God's commandments. All right, so we're going to further prove what he was speaking about. It's about that image and what it does to our people mindset. Read what you got.
The book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 6. Ye were sold to the nations.
So it says, ye, you, the children of Israel, was sold unto the nations. That did happen. Slavery happened, correct? So it says, read that again for him.
You were sold to the nations.
You were sold to the nations. This is how we were sold to the nations. Can you hold that up for him, soldier? We were sold to the nations. You see all this? This happened to our people. And when we got sold, we was picking cotton. We had chains on our neck. And they gave us this. They gave us Islam. Right? Read that from the top.
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
Because you moved God to wrath by not following his laws, statutes, and commandments. Right. We brought out that you gotta take your you gotta uncover your head. We said the graven images, that's another sin. You gotta have on fringes, right? That's another law that we gotta keep. All these things that we bringing out are laws that we have to keep. But people reject them because of what? Start that over from the top.
Ye were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved God to wrath.
Because you moved God to wrath because we broke laws, statutes, and commandments. Read.
You were delivered unto the enemies.
You were delivered unto the enemies. How we was delivered unto the enemies? By being sold. Once we got off those ships, we were sold. We was delivered unto our enemies. The Edomites, which are the white people, the Arabics, right? The East Indians. Read what you got.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
So you provoked him by sacrificing unto devils. Having that graven image, that's what the Bible is speaking about. Read it again.
For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils.
Sacrificing unto devils, wearing that cross. Right? Saying the Virgin Mary, all that garbage. That was given to this beast right here. He gave us that when we came out of them chains. Matter of fact, before that, when we was in chains. Right? That was verse 7, right? Go back to finish it up.
And not to God.
And not to who?
And not to God.
So you sacrificing unto the mark of the beast and not unto God by wearing that graven image.
That's right.
Right? No, I don't need you. Go back to Deuteronomy. Finish it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 25.
Bring it out.
The graven images of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
That's their God. That's not the God of Israel. That's their gods. We gotta burn that with fire.
Right.
Because when we were sold into the when we was coming out on slave ships, they gave us that. They gave you the Virgin Mary. They gave you a cross. As we were scattered around, they gave us Islam. They gave us all these religions over here. They gave us all these man-made religions. I'm Baptist, I'm Catholic, Pentecostal. Finish that out.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold that is on them,
So don't desire the silver or gold. So that graven image you have on is gold. Some of people wear silver. We should burn that with fire. Read.
Right.
Nor take it unto thee, lest thou be snared therein.
That's a trap wearing that. Don't put that on you. That is a trap. Right? Give me Romans 12 and 2. Give me Romans 12 and 2. That's a trap according to the Bible. Our people got to come out of these laws. I mean, come out of these traps, these snares. We got to come out of that. Right? Because the Bible says you sacrifice it unto devils. If you don't want to be called a devil, stop doing devilish things. Right. Stop having your head covered when the Bible is coming out. Right? Don't have on graven image. Wear fringes. Don't break the Sabbath. Don't cook on the Sabbath. Don't clean. Don't sell. Don't buy. These are all these things that we bringing out. Go to Romans 12 and 2. Where you was at? Yeah, hold on.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. How you conform to this world? Lusting after sisters. That's conform to this world, right? Our sisters should be wearing modest apparel. Our sisters should be wearing modest apparel. Don't be conformed to this world, right? Having the mark of the beast, having that cross on, conform to this world. Celebrating Christmas, conform to this world. Celebrating Halloween, you conform to this world, right? Celebrating your birthday, that's being conformed to this world.
That's right.
Read it from the top.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
How you be transformed by the renewing of your mind? By keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's
it's going
right.
to explain it to you as we reading it. How you renew your mind. You got to come back to the Most High. That's how you renew your mind. Read.
That ye may prove what is that good.
So you can prove that what is good. How do you come back to these laws? First, you have to know who you are. Then you got to understand what these scriptures is talking about. Because it said good. So let me get Romans 7 and 12. Let's explain what good is. So the Bible says we got to be good. So by renewing your mind, you got to know that you're not African American. You got to know that you're not Cuban. You got to know that you're not Puerto Rican. Come out of the world and come back into this Bible. Read what you got.
The book of Romans, chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore, the law is holy, and the commandment holy.
So he says the law is holy, and the commandments are holy. What else is holy?
And just, and good.
And what?
And good.
So not only the laws and commandments, but it's just and good. When you keep the law, statutes, and commandments, that's just and good. Go back to Romans 12. Read.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 2. And be not conformed to this world.
Don't be conformed to this world, saying I'm African American. Now you're being conformed to this world. That means your mind is destroyed. But we have avenues that you can come out of that mentality. What's your nationality, bro? You don't know? You good? You a good what? Our people are destroyed, bro. Hey, you gotta stop drinking on the Sabbath. Read what you got. Read it from the top.
And be not conformed to this world.
Be not conformed to this world. Our older men have to be sober to teach us younger men. Right? That's not being conformed to this world. We gotta be sober-minded. We gotta know who we are. We can't say African American, right? We can't say black. We can't say Negro. Those are the bywords that Deuteronomy 28 is talking about, those curses. We got to come out of that. We got to come back to being the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
That's right.
That's what we got to be. That's our heritage, not a religion. We don't follow religion. We don't follow man. We follow the Most High God.
That's right.
And he said, do not be conformed to the ways of this world, right? Because we just proved that the Bible in Romans 7 and 12 said that the law, statutes, and commandments are holy, just, and good, right? Finish that out.
But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect.
And perfect. So now the Bible is telling you that you can be perfect. Let me get what perfect is in Psalms. Now the Bible is telling you that you can be perfect. The white man says, oh, you got to be 100% perfect. He don't have no understanding. By keeping the Sabbath day holy, that's being perfect. By keeping the fringes on your garment, that's being perfect. Right? That's what perfect is. Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect.
The what?
The law of the Lord is perfect.
So the law of the Lord is perfect. When we read Romans 7 and 12, it says, the laws and commandments are holy, just and good. So now the Bible is telling you that the laws are perfect. Not only are they holy, but they're perfect. Read. Finish that up.
Converting the soul.
It converts your soul. It bethinks your mind. It changes you. Right? That's what converting is. It changes you. Read.
The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Making wise the simple. When you keep the law of keeping the Sabbath day, now you're being perfect. Go back to Romans 12. Go back to Romans 12. We got to finish this out. Because our people got to understand, we got to go precept upon precept, line upon line. So it's when Romans 12 is speaking about, it's a lot of things that got to come out of that. So our people can have that understanding. Read.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good.
So that good is being holy, just and good, keeping the commandments.
And acceptable and perfect will of God.
Being perfect, the will of God. Give me the will. So being the perfect will of God. So come out of the world, right, and be perfect will of God. What is the will of God? Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 40, verse 8. I delight to do thy will.
So I delight to do thy will. What is the will?
Oh my God. Yea, thy law is within my heart.
Thy what?
Thy law is within my heart.
The law is within his heart. That is the will. Go back to Romans, because we got to break this down for him. Read what you got.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Not calling yourself African American, not calling yourself Cuban, Puerto Rican, Mexican, right? You got to come out of that. That's what the Bible is telling you. Come out of that and realizing who your enemies are. Read.
That ye may prove what is that good.
So you can prove that it's good. What is good? Keeping the law, statutes, and the commandments. That's holy, just, and good. Read.
And acceptable and perfect will of God.
Being perfect will of God is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments and apply them.
That's right.
That's how you keep that will of God. That's how you keep it. Right? Let me get that. Let me get that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 115, verse 4.
Bring it up.
Their idols are silver and gold.
So their idols are silver and gold. So when you put on a cross or put on a Jesus piece, right, that's what you represent. The mark of the beast. That's what the white man gave us when we went into slavery. That's that mark of the beast. We not, us men up here, we not wearing the mark of the beast. We don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
So for the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we got to keep God's law.
That's right.
Period. Read.
Their idols are silver and gold,
Yep.
the work of men's hands.
That's the work of men's hands. They create that thing, right? These are the works of men. They create that and give it to you so you can keep being a sin. So the Most High God can punish you. They understand that. Read.
They have mouths, but they speak not.
Yep.
Eyes have they, but they see not.
They don't see. They got eyes and they can see. They got eyes and what?
They have mouths,
Mouth.
but they speak not.
Yep.
Eyes have they, but they see not.
So they see not. So you don't be afraid of these things. Just toss it in the trash. Burn it with fire. Right? Let me get 1 John 4 and 20. Let me get 1 John 4 and 20. So those images, right, you got to burn with fire. Hey, sis, you know your nationality? You know it? African American? You other? So according to God, you would be from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's who you are. According to God. Read what you got.
The book of 1 John, chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God,
So if a man say, I love God, if I say that, if I say I love God, what's going to happen?
and hateth his brother, he is a liar.
And I hate my brother or my sister, I am a liar. Which means I'm not going to tell them the law, statutes, and commandments and the sin that they commit. If I don't tell you the sin that you commit, then I hate you. That means I don't love God. That means I am a liar. So for all our people that's over there, we're not supposed to buy on the Sabbath. We're not supposed to buy on the Sabbath. If I don't tell you these things, that means I'm a liar. That means I hate you. I don't hate you. So I'm going to show you what the word of God is telling you. Read.
For he that loveth not his brother.
So if I don't love my brother or my sister, which are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native American descent,
Read. Whom he hath seen, how can he love God?
I seen my brothers and sisters. I'm looking at them with my own two eyes. Read.
How can he love God, whom he hath not seen?
How can I love God who I have not seen, because I'm not telling you to keep the law, statutes, and commandments? That means I'm a liar. That means I don't love you. That means I cannot be trusted. Bro, you got a question? What's your nationality? Come up to the sign right here. You'll see it. So what's your father? Your father is native? Oh, your father black? All right, you gonna be from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
So by being from the tribe of Judah, let me get a requirement. Because we was bringing out law, statutes, and commandments, right? Earlier, you wasn't here. But another law is, matter of fact, drop that. Get Sabbath. Let me get the Sabbath. You bought something today? You bought something? Did you buy anything? Okay. No. Get Exodus. Get Exodus 20. So by being an Israelite, you know what today is? Today is what? Saturday. Which is what? The first day of the week. And you too, sis. Which is Saturday, which is the first day of the week, which today is the Sabbath. The last day, I'm sorry. The last day of the week is today, which is Saturday, which is the Sabbath. Right? And there's requirements that we got to do. We can't buy, we can't cook, we can't sell. Because if we do, then we in sin. Right? Hold that, get sin. Y'all know, you know what sin is? What's sin? I can't hear you. You want to get God? You know what sin is? You gonna agree with what he's saying? Kinda? Alright, let's Alright, I'm gonna explain it to you, sis. I'm gonna explain it to you. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
So if you committing sin, you transgress against the law. But he about to finish it out for you. What is sin?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is transgression of the law. Like today is the Sabbath. That means no cooking, buying, or selling. That means you transgress the law if you commit that. Right? Go back to the Sabbath. Go back to the Sabbath.
Read the book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
So the Bible says, remember. Brother and sister, remember. And all y'all that's listening, remember the Sabbath day. Remember it. Read.
To keep it holy.
To keep it holy, because you call yourself African American. That's not who you are. You are a child of the Most High God. Let me hold that, get 7 and 6. You a child of the Most High God. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are a holy people unto the Most High God. He gave you laws, statutes, and commandments to keep. But you in this land are your captivity, and you will keep a traffic law. But you won't keep the Most High God laws when he tell you don't buy on the Sabbath. He tell you not to cook on the Sabbath. And you'll just willfully break it. Right? But if the white man tell you don't kill nobody, your ass ain't gonna do it. Because you know what's gonna happen? Law and order. You going to jail.
That's right.
But you should be afraid of the Most High God, because he can kill your body and soul.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Bring it out.
For thou art an holy people.
So you are the holy people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Y'all are holy people, separate. Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Unto the Lord thy God. Only blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Only. Read.
the Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
So he chosen you, bro. He chose you to be a special people.
That's right.
He chose you. He chose the brothers and sisters over there. He chose them. Read.
Unto himself, above all people.
So you above who?
All people.
Only just the white man.
Above all people.
Above just Arabic.
Above all people.
So we above every single person on the planet.
That's
Every
right.
nation. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we above everybody.
That's right.
We special unto him. That's what the
right.
Bible is saying. You got a question, sis? You know who you are according to the Bible?
Oh, yeah.
Who are you?
I'm a child of God, a woman of
That's
God.
right. What tribe you from?
Ooh. What tribe I'm from?
He's up here. He's up
No,
here.
let me tell you. God-given Native American Indians. Woo-woo.
So that's what your
I'm an
father
Apache.
is?
I'm an Apache.
Your father is a Native American.
Yes.
So that you would be from the tribe of Gad. That's who you
Oh,
are.
I thought it said God.
Huh?
I'm sorry. It seemed like it said G-O-D.
No, G-A-D.
I like
Gad.
all the 12 tribes, 144,000.
What's your father now?
So, read that again, 7 and 6 for me.
Your father.
For thou art a holy people.
So, the children of Israel are holy people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we holy.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Read.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
He chose you, bro. He chose you. So you know our people went into slavery, right? So I'm going to explain that to you. Read.
To be a special people unto himself. Above all people.
We above everybody. Where?
That are upon the face of the earth.
Upon the face of the earth. Give me Deuteronomy 28:15. So it's a reason why our people were scattered. It's a reason why our people were scattered. I'm going to give you 2 verses.
This is our true biblical.
Yeah, pick it up for me, soldier. So we can get a good look at it. Hey, you too, sis. Look at that. Hey, sis, look at that. We about to read why this happened. Our people went into slavery. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
So it says it will come to pass. That means it's going to happen. It did happen. Slavery did happen. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So if you don't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God, the voice of the Lord thy God is telling you to keep his Sabbath day holy and all the other laws that follow it. That's what he's telling you. The voice is this Bible right here.
That's right.
Read what you got.
To observe to do all his commandments.
To observe, to do all his commandments. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day.
He told you to keep the Sabbath day holy this day. He told you that. Read.
That all these curses.
Oh, what?
All these curses.
These curses right here, these are the curses. All these curses. Even right now. What?
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It's going to come upon thee and overtake thee. How did it overcome us and take us? It's because we've been subject to payments now. Right? We've been subject to payments. Let me get Baruch 3 and 8. Let me get Baruch 3 and 8. We've been subject because water is free, right? Water is free? It's supposed to be though. And that's what I'm talking about. Water is not free, which it should be because it comes from the sky. Right? Is your housing free? Exactly. Is your clothes free? Is your food free? That is a curse that we just read about. And we're going to read about that, right? We're going to read this and go back to Deuteronomy. Read.
The book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8.
Bring it out.
Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity.
We are yet this day in our captivity. It's going to explain to you how. Read.
Where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
And a what?
And a curse.
A reproach and a curse. We were scattered. You see this right here? We were scattered. So we yet this day in our captivity. This was hard bondage. But right now we mentally destroyed. We mentally enslaved. Read.
And to be subject to payments.
And be subject to what?
Payments.
Be subject to payments. Read.
according to all the iniquities of our fathers.
Because our forefathers have sinned, now we have to pay for what they did, which is they went into slavery, now we still in slavery mentally. So we subject to payments. Read.
Which departed from the Lord our God.
They did not hearken into the voice of the Lord thy God. So now we got curses. Now we have curses. Right? Get 48. You know where I want to go. Now we got curses because we didn't listen back then, and we still ain't listening now. That's why the prophets is out here to teach our people. Right? Read. 48.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies. How do we serve our enemies? How? How do we serve our enemies? Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. That's how we serving our enemy. So now that we serving our enemy in hunger, how do we do that? We paying for our food because we are yet this day in our captivity. Right? And it says our enemies. Our enemies. Read that again for them.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy.
When you come off these slave ships, you're going to serve your enemies. Everything that you thought was good is not going to be good no more. Right? Because we are yet this day in our captivity. That means in hunger, you're going to have to go where? JJ's, to a supermarket, Walmart, right? Pick and save. You got to go to Sit-Go, right? In hunger. Read.
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst.
If you thirsty, where you got to go? From the top it says, thou shalt serve thy enemies. You're going to serve your enemies. So that means you have to go to your enemies. For everything. For hunger, you want food, you got to go to your enemy. In thirst, you got to go to your enemy. Right? Where can you get water from? You got to go to Walmart. Got to go to Pick and Save. Again, Sit-Go. All those places, we don't own them. So our enemies own them. Why? Because we in captivity to this day. Because we didn't listen to the voice of the Lord thy God. That's why we in captivity right now. Read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. If you want clothes on your back, you have to go to our enemy. Yes, some of our people do have their own, clothing lines. Our people got their own clothing lines, but they got to go to their enemy for the textile, right? So they got to get their enemy who owns those cotton fields, who own those cotton plantations. We got to go to them to make our shirts.
That's right.
Right? And all the other material that we need, we got to go to them. Read.
And in the want of all things.
In the want of all things. If you want to own a business, you got to go to them. If you want a loan from the bank, you got to go to them. If you want driver's license, you got to go to them. If you want to die, I don't want to die, but if you die, you got to go to them. You're not dead unless you got a death certificate. You're going to serve your enemies. Finish that up.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
And he, your enemy, is going to put a yoke of iron upon your neck. He, which is your enemy. You listening, sis? Your enemy is going to put a yoke of iron on your neck. That's what your enemies did. Your enemies did that. He said you are yet this day in your captivity. So your enemies put that yoke of iron on your neck. Read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have destroyed thee. How did he destroy you? Because you don't know who you are. You don't know that this Bible is your heritage. That's how he destroyed you. He turned our sisters against us, right? Our brothers killing each other. Our sisters killing each other. We turn on each other for any little thing. If you bump into a brother, he damn near ready to shoot you. If you talk to a sister, be like, oh, why you thirsty? Why you looking at me like that? Our people are destroyed because we went into slavery and our enemies destroyed us. Our enemies did that, right?
That's right.
Go to 64. Go to 64. Real quick, officer.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So the Lord gonna scatter us among all people. That's that slavery, right? That's that slavery. He gonna scatter us. Read.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
So one end of the earth, right? One end of the earth, even unto the other, right? That's what it's talking about. This is Bible prophecy. Read.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
There, you're going to serve other gods. You're going to call yourself Muslim, Moorish, or Tammuz, or whatever you want to call it. You're going to serve other gods because you will destroy. Read.
Which neither thou nor thy fathers have known.
Your fathers have not known this. Since your foremothers have not known this. They didn't know a white Christ. They knew the black Messiah.
That's right.
Right? Read.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone, Christianity. That's over there. We didn't know that. Islam, we didn't know that. That's a curse that been brought upon us because we didn't serve the Most High God. We didn't listen to him. Right? So there we were sold over here. There we were sold unto our enemies. And that's the result of it. Picking cotton, a yoke of iron, being destroyed. Don't know who you are. That's the results of it. Right? Oh, that's my time. I'm going to let the next teacher come up and edify the people.